This is the Louie Tee Network.
I'm ready for some football. I don't know about you. Who else could it be but your man Lou? Yeah.
Overtime! So we head to overtime.
Sorry for the intro. It's been a long night, and I almost tapped out. Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie Tee? Welcome here on Monday Night Overtime. Los Angeles Rams, San Francisco 49ers. It was a snoozer. And honestly, the incorrect way to punctuate what was a great weekend of football. These two Monday night games were absolutely horrid, as one home team threw up all over themselves, one road team didn't show up for the game. So we'll talk about the nightcap to the doubleheader on Monday night. An unfulfilling night of football, to say the least, as the San Francisco 49ers blank their division rivals in the Los Angeles Rams 28-0. The Chip Kelly era gets off to a start with a bang. So, before I get into anything, I want to make this as quick as possible because I didn't take any notes. There wasn't any need to, because you saw where this was going. They get shut out in the first half, and I said this in my preview. They got Case Keenum at quarterback. I mean, it's the same thing I say when I talk about the Jets. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. What do you expect to happen? When he throws an interception at the end of the game, what do you expect to happen? You have Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. I feel the same way about the Rams. When you lose and you get blanked and nobody respects you offensively and they're putting everybody in a box and stopping Todd Gurley, what do you expect to happen? You have Case Keenum at quarterback. Like, I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what your results what results you're intending to get, but when you put Case Keenum on the field, this is what you get. So, and not to mention when you put Case Keenum on the field, but you surround him with guys who aren't playmakers. Other than Todd Gurley and Tavon Austin, this team is void of playmakers. So what do you expect to have happen when you don't have a playmaker at the quarterback position? We'll get into that. But first, welcome to the program. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to the Louie Tee Network. As you can see up in the corner, I have all of my different social media platforms scrolling up and down the screen. Make sure that you subscribe to the Louie Tee Network. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter. @ In the Lab Room is the Twitter handle. And, of course, In the Lab Room is the Facebook page as well. Give me a follow. If you want to have your comment read and you want to have your voice heard on this program, give me the hashtag. Use the hashtag Louie Tee Live to have your comment read on the air. So let's jump into this thing, man. What the hell? Likes, dislikes, banana in the tailpipe. Like, dislike, banana in the tailpipe.
What y'all, the second team?
We're the first team.
Yeah, we're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
All right, so let's jump into the likes, dislikes, and the banana in the tailpipe in this football game for me. I look at this game, and like I said, I was totally unsurprised by what I saw. You know, I looked at the Rams and the roster that they were bringing into the season, unimpressed. I looked at the 49ers, and I looked at their roster, unimpressed. But I said the one thing that I know with the 49ers is that they're going to play some level of defense, and Chip Kelly is going to have them do some things offensively that is going to cause some problems for some teams. They're going to be in some ball games. You say what you want about Chip Kelly, and we make a mockery of his roster building and things of that nature. He's not in control of that in San Francisco. He's just asked to coach the players. And even though the roster isn't that strong, they still have some stuff out there, and he's going to make it work. And so they're going to score some points this year. They're going to give some teams some fits. They're not going to win a bunch of games, but they're going to be very competitive. And the same can't be said for the Rams on most weeks because of the quarterback position. Look, this is what you're going to get moving forward. All right? This is what you're going to get. You're going to get teams loading up the box, daring Case Keenum to beat them. Who you going to throw it to? Kenny Britt? Who's supposed to scare me? Tyler Higbee, Lance Kendricks. Who's scaring me out there? Who's the guy that I'm supposed to be shaking in my boots to stop? The only guy that you have at receiver that scares anybody is Tavon Austin. And last time I checked, 80% of his passes are caught behind the line of scrimmage. Or he's running a jet sweep. So nobody's afraid of what these guys are bringing to the table in Los Angeles. Todd Gurley is a great back, but I don't give a damn how good you are. We saw Adrian Peterson have 19 carries for 31 yards. You know why? It's not a coincidence. He had Sean Hill at quarterback. Sean Hill scares no one. So you know what the Titans said? I'm not letting Adrian Peterson beat us. We're going to load the box up and dare Sean Hill to beat us. You know how many offensive touchdowns the Minnesota Vikings scored this week? None. You know how many offensive touchdowns the Los Angeles Rams scored this weekend? None. It's not a coincidence. When you have garbage at the quarterback position, teams are going to treat you like garbage. They're going to load up the box, stop your all-world running back, and make you one-dimensional on offense. That should be the game plan for every team. And if the 49ers were able to do that to you this week, what the hell do you think the Seattle Seahawks are going to do to you next week? Okay? And Jeff Fisher was just as calm as he always is after getting his ass whooped and getting torn a new asshole. Oh, this doesn't change our quarterback situation. You know why it doesn't change it? Because you don't have anything behind him. Sean Mannion isn't coming in and scaring any goddamn body. If he was, he would have won the damn job already. And guess what? You drafted the wrong quarterback. Jared Goff is not the right guy. You should have drafted Carson Wentz. Anyway, like I was saying, this Rams team is in trouble. And the worst part about it is now the defense is starting to stink. Now they're not confident because they're going out there and they're getting gashed too. So at least you used to be able to hang your hat on, well, the defense is going to play. They're going to wreak havoc. They're going to give us a chance to win. Can't even hang your hat on that anymore. They're starting to become demoralized because they see the offense over there throwing up all over themselves, turning the football over, not moving the ball and scoring points. They're like, we can't win. It's going to be a long season for the Los Angeles Rams. Oh, we're not going to be 7-9. You're right, you're not. You're going to be worse than that. Let's go to the 49ers, man. This was a nice performance. This had to feel good. You know what this reminds me of? Last season in week 1. Don't get all excited about this. You did the same thing to the Minnesota Vikings last year. It was 20-3 last year when Carlos Hyde and Colin Kaepernick had themselves a nice little ball game and beat a really good Minnesota Vikings team. And I was like, who saw that coming? Nobody. But it didn't happen many more times the rest of that season. And I think I feel the same way about this game. This was nice. It was cute. You did it to a team that's probably worse than you are. You were at home. That was great. But I don't see this happening. This is my banana in the tailpipe for the San Francisco 49ers. This isn't happening many more times this year. And I'm not talking about just winning. I'm talking about the way you won. You're not going to dominate teams. You're going to win some more games this year. But you're not going to dominate anybody like this. Your team isn't good enough to dominate teams like this. Blaine Gabbert was okay. He wasn't great in this game. He's Blaine Gabbert. I mean, your quarterback situation isn't that much better than the Los Angeles Rams, but it is. I mean, at least Blaine Gabbert was a first-round pick. Not saying that he should have been, but he was, which means he has some talent. Case Keenum was undrafted. There's your difference. And I know that shouldn't be the end-all, be-all. Because the guy's undrafted doesn't mean he's not talented, but Case Keenum went undrafted for a reason. Generally, you can miss at the running back position in a draft or the receiver position. Guy can slide. Those things happen. Not at the quarterback position, it doesn't. You don't miss generally on quarterbacks. There aren't many Tom Brady's getting selected in the 6th round of drafts, generally speaking. If you look around the league at the quarterbacks that are starting that are any good, they were all taken for the most part. Again, there are your outliers, but for the most part, they were all taken in the 1st round. For the most part. You may have a 3rd round pick in there. Those are okay. You can find a hidden gem every now and again, like a Russell Wilson in the 3rd round, like a Kirk Cousins in the 4th round. Those happen every now and again. But for the most part, you look around the league at all the quarterbacks that are any good, they win in the 1st round. So you can't get away with undrafted stuff. There aren't many Tony Romos out there for you to snag up. okay? You don't have one of those guys on your team. So Blaine Gabbert is an upgrade at the quarterback position. He's going to give you a chance, but you're not going to win many more games like this. You're not going to win many more games, period. But enjoy this one, man. To hell with all of that. Enjoy this win. Damn it, you just blanked a division rival and made him look bad on primetime television. Enjoy it. Celebrate. Y'all look damn good tonight. Carlos Hyde, if he's healthy, I always say this, if he's healthy, he's dangerous. If is the key word there. We don't know how long he's going to be healthy for. Just enjoy the ride while it lasts if you're San Francisco. Because he gives you a shot. If he's healthy, he's dynamic, he can do some things, he's going to help you. You might have a chance. I'm not saying of doing anything significant. I'm just saying you might have a chance to not be one of the worst teams in the league. But this was a showcase of two teams that, frankly, have a lot of work to do. But take some solace in knowing that you were 28 points better than the Rams today. And for that, you should feel damn good. Separate yourself from the really bad teams in this league. And that's what you did on this night. Let's see how you follow up with an encore for this. Now, you got some tough games coming up. Teams that can score some points. Okay? Carolina coming up. Tampa Bay coming up. They're going to score points. Can you score points? Can you stop them from scoring points like you did the Rams? That'll be interesting to see. We'll find out just how good the San Francisco 49ers are over the next month because they got some tough games coming up with some teams that can score the football. We'll see if they're able to handle them defensively the way that they handled the Los Angeles Rams in this football game. Let's move on to where this game was won.
We'll wake her ass up! We're gonna win tomorrow!
Winning. You starting to get the concept now? Oops. Winning.
All right. For me, the game was won before the teams even set foot on the field. You know how it was won? Because the Rams had Case Keenum at quarterback. So the 49ers automatically were at a distinct advantage because Case Keenum was quarterbacking the Los Angeles Rams. So there you have it. That's where this game was won. When Case Keenum set foot on the football field as the starting quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams, the 49ers had already been spotted 14 points. That's where this game was won. Let's move on to wrap it up.
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, so let's put a bow on this thing, man. Let's wrap this game up. 49ers get it done 28-0, blanking the Los Angeles Rams. This was ugly, man. This was an ugly performance. Todd Gurley couldn't get it going on the ground, and rightfully so. Like I said and made the point earlier, when you don't have a threat at the quarterback position, defenses don't respect you. Steve Young talked about it the entire night, how the San Francisco 49ers were packing everything in, and they were daring, double dog daring, triple dog daring Case Keenum to push the football down the field, and he couldn't. And so they said, well, you damn sure not running the football. We're going to make sure of that. So good luck. You're going to need it. So they were able to get the win 28-0. Good win for the 49ers. Feel good that they were able to get this done, but let's not blow this out of proportion, 49er fans, okay? Let's not go too crazy. You beat Case Keenum in the Los Angeles Rams. Again, I'm anxious. I'm interested to see how you do against better competition because it's coming, okay? Better teams are coming down the pipeline. So I want to see how you perform against teams that can actually move the football, that actually have a competent quarterback that gives you a chance to win games. Let's see how you do against those teams. If you fare better against them and you show out, not necessarily having to win, but you keep it competitive and you give yourself a chance, maybe there's hope for you yet this season. That remains to be seen. But for the Rams, this was bad. I mean, you go from maybe winning 6 to 7 games. So I'm like, man, with this setup here that you got going, 4 games, man, might be good for you. You might get the number 1 pick in this draft. Did you give up your first round pick to get Jared Goff? I believe you did. No, that's going to suck. Karma's a bitch, isn't it? Remember when Jeff Fisher trolled the Redskins for the Robert Griffin III trade? That karma's coming back around, and it's vicious. Because it looks like that first-round pick you gave up, probably going to be in the top 5. Might even be in the top 3. Might even be number 1. You're going to have a hell of a fight on your hands with the Cleveland Browns. But now that Robert Griffin III is injured and Josh McCown's coming in there, they're actually going to win some goddamn games now. So you might have the first pick overall in the draft. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But in any event, this was ugly for the Los Angeles Rams. Can you rebound? Can the defense play better? We'll see. You're not getting any better offensively. I'm going to tell you that right now. The only hope that you can have is that you get a spark from special teams and Tavon Austin catches a bubble screen or a jet sweep, catches a team off guard and runs for a touchdown or puts you in a position to score. But don't think you're going to wake up tomorrow and Case Keenum's just going to be better, because he's not. So you got to hope Todd Gurley in that ground game can get going somehow. You got to hope Tavon Austin can bust one somehow. You got to hope Tyler Higbee and company can start making some plays for Case Keenum somehow. Because I'm telling you right now, every team is going to follow the blueprint that the 49ers just set, which is load up the box and dare Case Keenum to beat you. And if you can't do it, which we know he can't, you're going to be in for a long season. And it really doesn't matter. You can take Case Keenum out and insert fill in the blank. Doesn't matter. It's going to be the same outcome because none of the quarterbacks on your roster right now is good enough to consistently win NFL games, including your rookie quarterback, which at some point you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, put him in. What the hell do we have to lose? Put him in, let him get some experience this year so that next year we're not going through the same growing pains with him. At some point, you're going to have to come to that realization. And I don't know how long that's going to take. Does it take 1 and 5? Does it take 2 and 7? I don't know what the point is when you get there, but you'll get there at some point this year because you're not a good football team. Truth hurts. Sorry I had to be the bearer of bad news. But let's go to the discussion board so we can wrap this thing on up. Make sure you use the hashtag LouieTeeLive if you want your comment read. And then we'll get out of here. Kyle G says, shout out to the Rams for giving my Titans the #1 overall pick this year. We need it. It's looking really, really realistic, man. I'm not playing. This game was ugly. Capital UGLL. UGLL. Wait, damn, can I spell this morning? Capital UGLY. Ugly. It was as ugly as me trying to spell ugly. Damn. I hope that it's going to get better because it can't get much worse for the Los Angeles Rams. That's for sure. K. Michael says, do you think a 4th-round pick in Dak will be better pro than Goff based on your draft evaluation? Yeah, I think he can be. I was never sold on Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is okay. I didn't think he was worth the #1 pick overall. Did I think he was better than Dak Prescott coming into the league? Sure I did. But I also thought Dak had better upside than Jared Goff. But that's just me. You know? Who am I to evaluate quarterbacks? Obviously, the Rams saw something they liked. Hopefully, it pays dividends for them. I hope he turns out to be a hell of an NFL quarterback. I wish nothing but the best for him. But I think they made a mistake. I thought Carson Wentz was better than him. And I thought that's who they should have. If you're going to trade up, make sure you trade up for the right one. That's always the thing. This, to me, is the equivalent of, let's just say the Indianapolis Colts didn't have the 1st overall pick in the 1998 draft. Or 97 draft, I think it was. One of the two. Let's call it 98. I'm more comfortable with the 98 draft. Probably was 97 though. Let's say that they didn't have the #1 overall pick and they traded up and they had to choose between Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck all over again. And I was screaming, hey, Ryan Leaf, get Ryan Leaf. I was one of those dummies. Get Ryan Leaf. He's athletic. He can move. He's got a big arm. They knew better. They took the right one. I could be wrong again. But I was screaming, take Carson Wentz. And I made the same mistake 20 years ago when I said, take Ron Leaf, he's an athlete. He's got a strong arm. I was saying the same damn thing. Take Carson Wentz. He's an athlete. He's got a stronger arm. But I actually think I was right this damn time. We'll see. We will see. But Dak Prescott looks damn good. He looks poised. He looks primed and ready to have a hell of an NFL career, while Jared Goff isn't even active on game days right now. So, if there are no more comments, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. That's going to do it for Monday Night Football Overtime. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. Yikes. That Monday Night Football, that doubleheader was double doo-doo. 2 ass whoopings handed out. One for the home team, one for the roadie. Let's hope that it doesn't get much worse on Monday Night Football than that. We'll see you on Wednesday for Louie Tee Live. It's going to be a hell of a program. Hope to see you there. We're gonna have some fun on that program, man. Time to unwind and let loose. I'll see you guys then. We're changing the game. One live feed at a time.
Broncos won the Super Bowl when Peyton Manning retired. 49ers won 5 games in time.